Hello, and thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. I am super excited to be doing this iconic Joanne the Scammer Halloween costume makeup look tutorial for you guys today. I am absolutely obsessed with Joanne the Scammer, and if you don't know who Joanne the Scammer is, I think you better get on Instagram because he is absolutely hilarious, completely hilarious. So original, so friggin' funny. I can't. So yeah, if you want to know how to get this iconic, legendary, Caucasian Halloween look, then just keep watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys. Happy Halloween. A messy bitch. Alright, so let's get started. First things first, I am going to pull my hair back using my kitty cat headband to stick with the Halloween vibes. And I already went ahead and prepped my skin using my Bobbi Brown Vitamin Rich Face Base and then my Smashbox Primer Oil, which I am absolutely obsessed with. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my LA Girl Pro Conceal. This is the corrector in the shade Orange. I use this anywhere that there is darkness. So I'll put this underneath my eyes, on my cheeks where I have hyperpigmentation and acne scarring. Around my nose there's a little bit of darkness. Anywhere I see like darkness I don't want, I'll lay it on there before I put down my foundation just to help give me a blank, clean slate. And then, of course, I'll take my Dampen Beauty Blender and I'll use this to blend out all the corrector all over my face just to help lay the foundation a lot smoother. And then I'm going to go in with my Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo Foundation because I want this look to be very full coverage. This is my most full coverage foundation. I just want it to be very flawless to, you know, do Joanne the Scammer justice. And how I always do my foundation, no matter what foundation I'm using, is I will dot it all over my face. And then I'll take my MAC Fix Plus setting spray or my Benefit spray, any of my setting sprays or prep sprays that I have, and I'll just do like 2 or 3 squirts all over. And then I'll take my Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation brush, I believe it's called, and then I will blend it out all over. I'll leave everything I use down below just in case I fuck up a name and I tell you the wrong thing. Next, I'm going to go in and do my eyebrows. I'm going to brush my brows straight up, and then I'm going to take my Bobbi Brown Brow Gel. And this is what I use for very, very natural brows. So Joanne the Scammer's brows are super, super thick. I want mine to be thick, but very tamed and neat. So I can still be, you know, cute for Halloween, but emulate Joanne the Scammer. So I'm going to just start building up that intensity really slowly, and building up that color and kind of putting my brows as thick as possible. But still look good, not like over the top, but still pretty thick. And just slowly in small strokes, build up that color, build up that pigmentation on the brow. But I still want them to be kind of semi-natural. Like everything, bushy but natural, thick but thin, like whatever. And just slowly build that color up to get the brow shape that you desire. And then taking my Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pencil in the shade Dark Brown. I'm going to be using this to add a little bit of dimension to my brows and adding like a sort of bushiness to them. Just give them the illusion that, you know, I have like thicker brows because like I said, Joanne has super, super beautiful thick brows. So I'm just going to add like little small hair-like strokes. You want to make sure you get your pencil really, really sharp. And then just kind of add that to give a different dimension. And then I just took like some inexpensive Essence eyeliner, and then I added that. It's like a black, so it's really gonna like stand out. It's not gonna be too dark because my hair is really dark. And then I'll just take a little bit of spoolie, and then I will comb it out. And then of course I magically do the other brow. And next I'm gonna carve it out with my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. And I use this with a super, super flat brush. This one is from Sigma. First I like to take concealer on the lid just to kind of get a little bit of that product off. Then I'll slowly carve the brows out. So I'm just doing this to sharpen up the brows, just to give them a more defined look. I don't want to thin them out at all. And then I'll take the concealer in between my eyebrows just to make sure that, you know, my eyebrows are perfectly symmetrical. Even though brows are sisters and not twins, I at least want to make sure that they are paternal twins. And then I'm going to take that concealer on my forehead, underneath my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, my chin, just to give myself a super beautiful highlight. And then once you look like this, you know you're going to look bomb. And then take my damp beauty blender, and then just blend, 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 blend for the gods. Keep blending until everything is seamless and beautiful. Next, I'm going to take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel, and I'm just going to set my brows. I don't want to take a whole lot of product, so I wipe off the edges into the tube and then just gently go in. And then I'm going to take this Essence mascara. It doesn't have to be the nice mascara. This mascara is 99¢, and use it to set my brows. It just gives extra dimension, and it really, really holds the brow in place. Now I'm taking my Kat Von D Lock-It Translucent Powder to bake. So I just take my damp sponge and press the powder underneath my eyes and everywhere I put the concealer. So I put the majority of the product underneath my eyes because that's where I really want it to be very highlighted, very bright. And then I'll just take a little bit on my jawline, on my chin, on my forehead, down my nose, everywhere. Next, I'm going in with the Too Faced SemiSweet Chocolate Bar Palette. I use this palette because I figured everyone basically has it, so I just wanted to use an old palette that I never really used. And I'm going to take the shade Mousse, and I'm just going to pop this messily into my crease. It does not have to be perfect by any means. And then I'm going to go in with the shade Peanut Butter, and on a more defined brush, I'm going to pop this into my crease. I really, really love this. This is just going to be a super simple smoky eye, nothing special at all. Just a really quick smoky eye just to look like the Joanne this camera when she got put together. Then I'm going to take a clean blending brush and just messily go over that with the first brush I use. Next, I'm taking the shade Truffle, and I'm going to focus this in the outer V of my eye. So I'm going to take that same more defined fluffy brush, and I'm just going to focus it kind of in like a V motion. And then obviously do the same thing to the other eye, and then I'm going to go back in with that first brush we used with no additional product on it and just blend on over that. And then for my lid, I'm going to be taking the beautiful shade Caramel, which is my favorite shade in the whole palette. I'm just going to be carving out my lid. I'm going to be putting it all over about 3/4 of the way in, and then I'm going to be taking a random clean fluffy brush with no additional product and kind of smoothing that out so there's no lines. And you don't see a start or end to any shadows, so it's just very blown out and seamless. Next, I'm taking the black shade in the palette. You can use any black shade, obviously. I'm just kind of pressing that into the outer corner of my eye. When you use dark shades like that, you want to build up the intensity and build up the color slowly. So I just like popped it in the outer corner and just kept pressing it until I got to the desired pigmentation. And then I took a clean brush again and just went over it so that everything is seamless and blown out. Like I said before, this doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be flawless. It's just a quick smoky eye. And then I'm going to highlight my brow bone with the Dior Luminizer. And then I'm going to be taking my favorite bronzer of life, my Bobbi Brown bronzer in the shade Medium. And I'm going to bronze up my temples and very lightly contour my cheekbones. Not a super heavy contour, very, very light. And then I'm going to be taking my bronzer on my nose, on my chin, everywhere I want to sort of bring color and bring forward. Then I'm going to be taking my Real Techniques brush and just dusting and sweeping off that translucent powder. And then I'm going to take a more defined blending brush and go on with any old brown that we use. And try not to poke your eye out like I did. Any brown I use, and just pop that and keep sweeping it under the eye just to give a soft smoky effect. And then I'm going to take that Dior Luminizer and pop it in the inner corner of my eye just to give me a more wide-eyed, kind of doe-eyed effect. And then put a little bit of that luminizer on the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose. Then I'm going to take my MAC blush in the shade Coppertone and just kind of dust that very lightly. I don't want a lot of color in the face, but just like a healthy glow. And then taking that same Dior Luminizer and popping that on my cheekbones. I'm absolutely obsessed with this highlighter. It's such like a beautiful soft champagne tone to it. I really, really love it. And then just pop that everywhere I would normally highlight. My cheekbones, Cupid's bow, my chin. Again, not super, super heavy, but I just want to, you know, be soft, glowy, just have pretty skin. And then I'm going to go in with my same blush brush with no additional product on it and just kind of blend the whole cheek area out to kind of tame it down a little bit and just make sure everything just looks soft and airbrushed. And then I'm going to go in with my Maybelline lipstick in the shade PlayCrush, which I've absolutely been obsessed with. And if you want for this look, you can do a red lip, but I just decided to go with a nude lip. And then a couple of thousand coats of mascara later and a little bit of fake lash on the end of my eye. I'm just going to coat the bottom lashes really heavily because I want my eyes to look very open and wide and gorgeous. And then I of course forgot to turn my camera back on for the mustache and beard portion, but I just started. All I did was I took my Nars Contour Kit and shaded exactly where I'm going to put the beard. So I just kind of took my e.l.f. contour brush and buffed it in underneath like my jawline and then above my lips to create that mustache. And then I'm taking this stippling sponge into my OCC. Okay, let's wait for the camera to come back. All right. I'm going to take this into my OCC Cosmetics cream foundation. I'm just going to brush this onto the sponge. I wanted to do 2 different colors because I wanted to add a lot of dimension to the beard. So I just painted on the sponge and just kind of press it onto my jawline. I'll show you guys up close to give the illusion of that like curly beard. I just press it. I don't want to go too high with it because I looked at a picture and his is not very high at all. It's like underneath his jawline. I come up a little bit just so it's more visible. It's a little bit higher on his chin than on his jaw. And then I'll take my concealer brush and just kind of clean up and kind of get the desired shape of the mustache. Then I'm going to go in with my Maybelline gel liner in black and do the exact same thing, paint on that stippling sponge and go right over where I just did the brown, just because, like I said, I want to add more dimension, a little more depth, and just to look more natural and look more realistic. And I really, really am obsessed with the way this beard turned out. I'm not super a huge fan of how the mustache turned out. Wait, did I just say that? I love the beard, hate the mustache. But anyway, that's how it happened, and I really, really like the way overall it is. I cannot take myself seriously with this mustache and beard. But moving on, I went ahead and threw on this blonde Joanne the Scammer wig I found in my local beauty supply store. And it was just a little too long, so I'm going to cut it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just cut it kind of messy because she's a messy bitch. So I just kind of cut it at random. I didn't want it to be perfect at all. I just wanted it to look like whatever, that length. And I just kind of did it super, super messy. I had to check 1,000 times to make sure I wasn't cutting my own hair. So yeah, and then you just throw on a fur coat and you are good to go, honey. You are Joanne the Scammer. What's up? So for accessories for this look, I got this iconic, I got this jewel bracelet from Target and this pearl necklace and then this fake diamond ring. And I thought this would be really cute because, you know, Joanne is a thief. And I was just going to like keep it in my pocket and pull it out. And then I got this sign that says drama and petty. Oops. And I'll probably switch it throughout the night. And that's all you really need. And then I just have a black, because she wears a black jumpsuit a lot. And so the picture I was inspired by, she was wearing a black jumpsuit. So I'm just wearing a black tank top and some black pants. So yeah, it's that simple. Honestly, truly. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you like this tutorial. I hope you all have an amazing Halloween. And don't forget to subscribe. Bye guys.